ice cream, soap. Ready? 3, 2, 1, bar.
That was good.
Okay. Bar and dish. Bar and dish. Bar and dish. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1,
Glass.
spoon.
Spoon and glass?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, stir.
Yes! Yes!
The kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 48 of The Kids Are in Bed. I'm Tim Severson, and this is Jenni Severson. Jenni, how you doing?
Oh, so good now.
All
my
right.
God, it's so satisfying. I've been off for an entire week.
I know.
Close that out.
I know. Now we've completed it. We've completed it. And we can talk with our hands now.
Oh, that's fun.
I've finally gotten sick of it. I'm sure anybody who pays it or who listens is probably annoyed I think I move around so much that the mic gets a little rattles and pops, and I think it's probably pretty annoying. But this way, now I can
really
gesture. Oh, how are you?
Oh, I'm so good.
You look adorable. You remind me of do you remember you know who you remind me of is in Little Giants? Do you know I think it's Devon Sawa's mom?
Oh no, I don't remember that.
Oh, I swear when like you see her for the first time, she's wearing like this exact outfit, even like a gold necklace, and she plays with it. It's like a little heart pendant. Remember, that's like her thing when she was little. Oh. That's how you know she's the same person.
Nice.
From when she was young and
continuity.
Yes, yes.
Good.
Little Giants. What a movie.
Love that movie.
Such a good movie.
There was a face Clementine was making the other day. She was walking around the kitchen.
Yeah.
She was making a funny face.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked like the one who gets like all wrapped up and they just like push him all around the circle.
Yeah. I wonder what that guy's up to these days. I wonder if he's still acting.
I doubt it.
You think?
Yeah, I think.
He was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He's a little typecast.
A little. I mean, I think every role he played was the same thing.
Yeah.
But he did it in a lot of different.
He was very good at it.
They really used him.
Yeah.
And you didn't care because you're like, it's that guy again.
Yeah, there he is.
But yeah, I guess he got to an age where it's like doesn't work anymore, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it is a bummer. Sorry about it.
Hey. You know, I think if you're gonna do it, right? At least he was a child star and then you're out of it. I feel like you have a little more normalcy.
Depends on when you get out, I guess.
That's true.
And how does the departure go? Is it by choice?
Rarely.
Golly. That's what I heard.
From who?
Didn't hear it.
Well, the Vikings lost.
Heard about that.
It's as predictable as it gets. It's Minnesota sports. Everybody acts all surprised, but we all saw it coming. It had to end at some point.
I didn't see it coming.
Oh, well, you didn't watch any of it, so you didn't see it going or coming or scoring.
That's true. I do have this interesting skill that I can watch TV and not register what's on the screen.
Yes.
It's quite a talent. I'm pretty proud of it.
I feel like it's similar to how dogs perceive a TV. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean at all.
Okay. Anywho, so that's all done. Now we don't have to think about that anymore and deal with that.
Well, a lot of disappointed people, but they'll get over it.
This could have been the year that the Vikings met up with the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl.
I have been waiting for that.
And that
happened. I've been thinking that to myself quite some time.
And that would have been a meeting between two teams who were both 0-4 in Super Bowls. And so somebody would have come out the winner. But now...
I don't think I would like that.
No?
Because somebody would have come out 5-time Super Bowl champion loser.
Yeah.
That's too much. There would have been too much pressure. I would have been way too stressed. I don't care to watch that match.
Okay.
No. Oh. Sounds awful.
All right. That's kind of sports. It's part of it.
Shoot. I think there's too much pressure. Feel bad for him.
Yeah. They're compensated fairly, I think, for their pressure would be the argument. You know.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
I wanted to talk about Shrinking. I think we've referenced that we watch it, but we're 2 full seasons into it, right? Or is it 3 now? 2.
Gotta be 2.
2.
It's hard for me to keep track.
Your thoughts?
Oh my gosh, I love Shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
What's your favorite part about Shrinking?
Well, I love Jason Segel. Mm-hmm. So he's my favorite part, for sure. I can't tell with Harrison Ford if his performance is amazing or like terrible. Like everyone is saying it's amazing, but I'm like, I kind of see what you're saying, but also, is it possible that it's really bad?
Yeah. Yeah, you mean like, is he just like playing himself? And it's just like, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. But I think it feels pretty authentic to me.
Gabby's hilarious.
Yes.
She's definitely the funniest character, in my opinion.
Yes. She's, I always forget her name, but she was on The Daily Show forever. She was a correspondent. I love how The Daily Show just spins off people who are just constantly so funny.
Very talented people.
They're all so smart.
Very talented.
And such good writers. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes them so funny.
The other thing I like is, I love, oh my gosh, what's the neighbor's name? Liz.
Yeah.
She's married to Bill Lawrence. Yeah. Is that true? Mm-hmm. And obviously he did Scrubs.
Yep.
And so I love how there's pockets of little like scrub actor appearances.
Yeah. Janitor.
That's fun for me. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And did you know actually that she actually tumbles rocks?
Oh.
That's why that is in the script. She's an actual rock tumbler.
I saw a rock tumbler in Target today when I was looking for birthday presents for Clementine.
Oh, yeah?
And I said the line about like, yeah, you're the only rock tumbler in the world.
Yeah, I think she is. I don't know why they're selling those at Target. I mean, they can't stock milk, but they can stock rock tumblers.
We have friends in Victoria that have a rock tumbler or had a rock tumbler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was electric. Remember we were there for a party once.
No.
And it was like, what's that noise? I was like, oh, it's the rock tumbler. They're polishing up some rocks.
What are they doing with the rock tumbler?
What everybody else does with it. I don't know. You polish the rocks up and then you display them.
It is a strange pastime.
They are cool. The concept is cool. Like once you get into it, but it is just kind of a weird activity to do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To be sure.
I got a little worried in the third quarter of season 2 that it was getting a bit formulaic.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of storylines that I kind of felt like, oh, but I trust writers. When I like a show, if I really like it, I put a lot of trust in the writers to say, you know what? I started this journey with you. I trust that you're going to take me where I need to go. So I have a lot of faith. It ended well.
Yeah.
But it had a lull.
There was a little lull. But I think the worst part for me is Roy Kent not being like Roy Kent. I can't see him as a different person.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't like it.
It's too weird.
Because I never saw him before.
Right. That's just how
Ted Lasso. So it's like, that is where I'm anchored. And so and that's really how he is in real life, right? Like, that's his demeanor.
I don't know.
I think in interviews, like, he's a pretty soft-spoken guy, if I remember correctly. And
you mean in Shrinking? That's how he is in real life?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like in real life, like, he's a pretty soft-spoken guy. Like, it was like a thing for him to like toughen up for Ted Lasso.
Well, he was the writer.
Right.
And he was just reading, right? He was just reading the part at like the table read.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then everyone was like, well, you're obviously the character.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a writer on Shrinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very talented writer.
I steal that his Ted Lasso chant for Jude.
Yes.
He's here. He's there.
He's every fucking where.
Jude Bing. It works. It works.
It does.
Okay? It works.
It does. Well, yes. As much as swearing at 7 and under soccer.
I feel like everyone at 7 and under soccer appreciates swearing. They're like, thank you for swearing. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
They also appreciate my White Claw. So, you know what? I appreciate that you're drinking that.
That's only on tournament day. That's only on special occasions. We're not showing up with White Claws on the regs.
Speak for yourself.
Oh. Well, speaking of television shows, I didn't know what to do with my hands, so I guess I steepled them. We did something really fun this weekend.
We did?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, you got me a Christmas present. And we went to Travail, to the Basement Bar.
Love the Basement Bar.
Basement Bar is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
To, what do they call it? The office experience? The office dining experience?
Party.
The dinner party. The office dinner party. And
it was just called the dinner party.
Oh, it was just called the dinner party?
Mm-hmm. It didn't have the office in it at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How would we describe it to people that don't know what it is? Because saying dinner party is confusing.
Oh, well, I just thought you were asking what it was called.
No.
It was called the dinner party at the Basement Bar.
Got it.
That's what it's called.
Dinner party at the Basement Bar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why there were so many people that were like not fans of the show.
Oh, that could be.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's like a dinner party. And then it's like, what is this theme?
Oh my God, yes. I feel like you have to explain what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, we talked about this spring, we went to Travail for a Friends-themed tasting menu. Mm-hmm. And the Basement Bar of Travail, and again, Travail is a fantastic restaurant that does tasting menus. And we've been going there since, like, the first time we went was like 2011-ish, something like that.
Years are hard for me.
Yeah.
Well, we went there when it was in its very first building. Yeah. It was a tiny little building.
Yeah, it was a hole in the wall. How many people do you think it fit in there? Like 50?
Oh, God, no.
Not even that many?
Not even.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And they had their menu and it changed. I think their
menu was all on a chalkboard.
Yeah, it was on a chalkboard. And I don't know if they changed it daily, but they changed it. They were changing it at least weekly, I think.
And it wasn't tasting menu necessarily. It wasn't like courses.
No,
it was like a la carte kind of stuff. You could just buy. That's where we had that pumpkin soup.
Yes, pumpkin soup. Yeah.
So good.
And we got like a 7-course thing when we went, and
a different time.
Or no, 5-course thing. Yeah.
Was that the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
We did, because I remember it cost $70.
Oh yeah.
And I remember at that time in our life, I was like, $70. That's better be pretty good.
Steep. Pretty steep.
And it was amazing, and we've been going back, and they've grown consistently. Travail expanded, and then they had Pig Ate My Pizza. And then what was next? The Creamery?
Pig Ate My Pizza is in where we went for the first time.
Yes.
Remember?
Right.
That was where Travail was.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the brewery.
Yep. Nouvelle Brewery. And now they've got 3 new places opening up. And if you're in the area, recommend going. If you travel here, I recommend going. You'd be impressive for finding like an underground spot because they're all chefs.
I don't think it's underground.
Well, if you're from out of town, if you went to downtown Minneapolis, nobody's going to tell you to go to Robbinsdale.
That's true. Yeah.
They're going to send you to Manny's, Capitol Grill. You're going to see all the same stuff that everybody's seen.
Yeah.
Trying to get people off the beaten path. Trying to get Travail one of those Michelin stars.
Get them to Robbinsdale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to go weird places to get food like that. That's why Michelin stars exist. It's amazing. Their building now is very cool. The space is very modern, I guess, on the upper 2 levels, I would say.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
It's got a great bar.
Oh, yeah. The best cocktail I've ever had. I don't even remember what it was now. I took a photo of the menu I wouldn't forget.
It was a Steve Martin short.
Oh, yeah. Steve Martin short.
And it
had lavender.
Lavender's a gin martini.
Gin. Lemon.
And vermouth.
It was seriously the best.
And
they came in cutest little teacups.
Yes.
Cutest little teacups.
Yeah. And so that's what's really cool, too, that the bartender told us, because you said, where'd you get the teacups?
Yeah, because they were mismatched. They were just mismatched.
Yeah.
It looked like, your grandma's teacup.
Yeah. One of them, mine was just plain. Yours had like a little like design into the
floral.
Porcelain or whatever. And so he said that they thrift all their glassware. So they have glasses for whatever that they want, whatever they want to create.
Yeah. He said they thrift a lot of stuff, like for all these basement bars too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we had a cocktail up there, even though we said we weren't going to.
Yeah, because with your meal,
yes.
What is it, like 8-course?
Something like that.
Menu, but then it's paired with cocktails.
Yeah.
And we learned from when we went for the Friends one that it's a lot of booze.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I couldn't even drink all the booze, and we had a couple drinks beforehand. So as we were leaving the house, I was like, I don't need to have a cocktail before the dinner menu because there's going to be more than enough booze. We caved.
Well, the problem was the weather was iffy. So we had to leave earlier than normal, thinking you never know if it's going to be really slow or if there's going to be an accident or something.
Oh, and I just left because our babysitter got here.
Oh, I was leaving because I wanted to make sure we got there on time in case there was some situation where we had to take a detour. Oh. And so, but we ended up not, and we got there
too early. Yeah.
So
we had to have a cocktail.
Nothing. Yeah. What are we going to do?
Our hands were tied.
Sit in the bar and drink a water?
That's peculiar behavior.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we did it because that literally is my absolute all-time favorite cocktail.
Oh, yeah. It was delicious, which is interesting because you don't prefer like still drinks.
Yeah, it was just a flavor sensation.
Yeah.
When all the flavors
when it all works,
perfect.
It can, because your tongue has so much activity, it doesn't miss the bubbles.
Yes. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
It's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And otherwise it's like the drink is too dull.
Yeah.
And it's
it
flat.
Tastes
it's
like flat on my tongue.
Flat. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Interesting. So we head down to the basement bar.
So the cool thing about the basement bar is that it's themed.
Yes.
So, and they turn it every 2-3 months. And so there's Halloween theme, there's Christmas theme, there's been these show themes. But this was the office theme.
Yes.
But like you mentioned, somehow there were people sitting around us that had never seen the show. So that was confusing.
Yeah. So we got brought to our table.
Seat.
Oh yeah, not table. We were at the bar.
Yeah.
We were at the bar. We had a placard with our name on it, like it was our desk. We had paperwork to fill out for HR.
Mm-hmm. Some business cards.
Some business cards from Michael Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And
but the business cards had a drink selection.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. A gift.
Yes, we got a gift with our amuse-bouche, which the amuse-bouche, you were already raving over
my God, it was
we got like a little
chicken broth.
Chicken broth shot of this amazing broth.
It was like chicken broth with some sort of chives or something. It was the best thing I'd ever eaten.
Yeah,
it was
just a little
so
seasoned
good.
broth and a little cream palate cleanse with like some fennel and it was very, very good.
So good.
And they give us a white box as a gift. It was a rock that had a note on it, rubber banded, that said "suck on this."
I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's a nod to when Toby is finally going to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Which is going to Costa Rica because he accidentally put his hand on Pam's knee when they got.
Oh, yeah. That was really awkward.
So
I think what was more fun, though, was trying to think through ahead of time what we're all. Well, first of all.
Yeah.
We watched the dinner party.
Yes, we did watch the dinner party.
That afternoon, just to get refreshed.
Yes.
And that episode is so funny.
So good.
And then they had trivia up all night. And one of the trivia pieces was that it was the original script.
Yeah.
No rewrites or anything.
Just went for
first version.
And I would bet too it was probably like a very limited script because they were like, well, we're in one location and all these guys can just ad lib. Yeah. So we don't even have to do much. We just put all these guys into a tiny room and say, make it awkward.
Yeah.
Steve Carell and Jan do a great job of that.
When Jan's dancing. To
Hunter's
song. Oh my God. The way she's moving her body is, I don't know if that's just like how she dances or if it's the best acting that I've ever seen. So funny.
She is awesome. Yeah.
Well, so then we were thinking through, we watched the dinner party.
Yep.
And then we were imagining all the possibilities.
Yeah.
And I think we did pretty good.
Yeah.
We got about half of them.
The only thing that I think I am surprised because I do feel like, and especially even recently, it kind of had a comeback, is just Kevin spilling the chili.
The trick is to undercook the onions. Everybody is going to get to know each other in the pot. I'm serious about this stuff. I'm up the night before.
Yeah, but I specifically said when we were imagining the menu that I really hoped there wasn't chili. I was like, I know it's a nod, but nobody wants chili.
But I don't know. I was thinking the way they do things, right, is it doesn't have to be necessarily exactly that dish.
Yeah.
And so it would have been like a schmear on.
A chili schmear?
A chili schmear. Ooh, never mind.
Yeah. I'm sure they tried.
That sounds like something.
I'm sure they tried really hard and couldn't come up with anything. But being at the bar was a blessing and a curse.
Yes.
Because I was able to watch the drinks be made.
Yeah.
And I can see why 4 cocktails puts you on your ass.
Well, and 4
cocktails, they are pure alcohol.
4 cocktails that you can't even possibly finish.
Yeah.
And I don't know, people were losing cocktails, so I don't know if they just sent them away, but ours always kind of stayed. And we got a margarita and it was big.
Yeah.
So anyways, we also noticed when we were sitting up there, if you would have asked me before we went that time how many people could fit in the basement bar, I would have said a much larger number.
The basement bar seemed a little smaller.
Yeah, when you're up on the perch of the bar, we both were like, "Why does it feel like?"
Must have just been where we were sitting.
Yeah,
made the the dimensions seem different.
Yeah, but they had it all set up. They set up a Michael Scott desk where they had the friend's couch when we were there the last time, and they did a great job. Like you said, they thrifted a bunch of the stuff, so they had like an office chair, whatever, but it looked great.
The office chair was so beat up.
Yes.
I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and they had a little teapot.
Yeah.
When you walked in the front door.
Yes.
That was adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so great. The bar we had there were two kind of main bartenders, I guess. And they were both dressed up as Dwight Schrute. And that was super weird because over the course of the night, I forgot that they were in costume.
Yeah, it's just how they looked. Yeah.
You just kind of got used to it.
Oh, those girls have similar style.
Yeah. But it was great. Everybody was super into it. But yeah, so we were sitting there and then they show clips from the show. And it was one of the first clips.
Is the opening sequence of the TV show.
Yeah. And the guy next to me leans over to a woman that he was with. We couldn't tell if it was a date situation. I think
it was a date.
It didn't seem familiar enough to be wife.
Yeah.
He was too patient explaining the show. But he was literally explaining that Dwight and Jim were like frenemies, and so I was like, oh my god,
she didn't seem that interested.
No, she didn't. And you wouldn't, right? Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't want to go down. Like I said, like if there was a Gilmore Girls one at Travail and somebody invited me, I'd be like, I really want to go to Travail, but I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, it's not as fun when you're not in on the theme.
Yeah,
I mean the food's delicious, but like the finer things, menu items,
yes,
those aren't. They're fine.
Right.
But they're amazing.
Nice.
Oh my God. I didn't even try. I just meant they're not like overwhelmingly delicious.
Yeah.
But they're fun because you're in on the joke.
Yeah.
So, but like if I was just served that and I didn't get the joke, I would be like, oh, like.
Yeah. Especially off the top if you know how much was spent.
Yeah. Some of the food stands on its own and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The chicken pot pie.
Yes, the chicken pot pie
was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Just a little.
It was
cast iron.
Delicious.
Dish. It was absolutely perfect. And I actually, it's so funny because we had talked about beets and you were like, I hope I don't have any beets. I'm like, there's definitely going to be beets.
No, I knew there was going to be beets. I just said I don't like beets.
Yeah, but
it's a delicious beet salad.
It was pickled braised beets, wild blueberries, herb tahini, hazelnut, and kumquat.
The hazelnut was key.
The hazelnut and the tahini worked everything together. It was almost tasted.
It didn't even taste like beets.
No, it had almost like a guacamole kind of vibe to me, like an Indian guacamole. It was.
I didn't get that.
It was very good. Let's see. What were some of the thing that was the absolute worst was the dish that they had for the injury when Michael Scott burns his foot on the Foreman grill.
Yeah, I didn't really get that because he burns his foot because of bacon, I thought.
Yeah.
So why was it steak?
Yeah.
I didn't get that. And then the steak was awful.
Well, I would guess because the steak came with the baked potato that had like, it definitely had some sort of...
The baked potato was amazing.
Bacon or pancetta or something on top of it. So yeah, it was, I don't know if it was just a pairing. I don't really know.
That baked potato was delightful.
Yes. Yeah. It was American Wagyu was the beef and it was tender, but there wasn't really flavor. So then it was just kind of like...
Didn't taste like anything.
It's just kind of like not pleasant because it didn't taste like anything.
It had no flavor.
It's just like chewing on meat. And it's like, nah.
That was the only bad thing though.
That was. The dessert that's... Well, I don't even know. I guess it is a dessert. It's almost like a dessert appetizer. The Wendy's.
A dessert appetizer?
You know what I mean? The Wendy's.
Those are at opposite ends of the meal.
I know.
Why are you trying to combine them?
I know. It needs like its own name because it was a Wendy's Frosty, but it was made out of a potato anglaise and had bits of...
It didn't taste like potato. I mean,
no,
except for the...
No, it was very creamy. And then it had bits of like overcooked French fry, like the almost like
crispy potato.
Yeah, like the ends
burnt ends.
Yeah, burnt ends of a French fry. Yeah, that's what it was like. And then on top they had
something nitro.
Yeah, vanilla whip. That was like like it was like Dippin' Dots.
Yeah.
That they just put on. It was in a little like vial thing with a little spoon.
That was really good. The crispy potatoes. Awesome. I mean, it did taste exactly like French fries in a Frosty.
Yeah.
But the potatoes, the crispy potatoes were.
And they stayed
so
crispy
good.
the whole way through.
So crispy.
And it wasn't like it was huge, so it didn't take long to get them all, but yeah.
That was a good menu. I liked it. It does make me kind of want to watch The Office from start to finish.
Kind of want to watch.
I wanted to so bad start going, hey! I didn't do it though.
Yeah.
But I wanted to.
Yeah, because so the food part, amazing. Yes, cocktails were super heavy, but they did do all, like, I had a scotch-and-Splenda.
Scotch-and-Splenda. Tastes like Splenda, gets you drunk like scotch.
Very funny, but, it's like, I didn't need 3 fingers of scotch.
Yeah. Well, and I actually really like margaritas.
Yeah.
And I don't like mezcal.
Yeah,
So I didn't even like the margarita.
Yeah, I liked it, but yeah.
The Finer Things cocktail was delicious.
Yes.
I didn't get the Scotch-and-Splenda.
Yes.
So I had a Vod Orangeka.
Vod Orange Juiceka.
Vod Orange Juiceka. That was delicious. And then the last drink, though, this is where I was like, I watched this bartender.
Yeah.
It was like she was making a Long Island. She just kept on pouring more and more and more and more and more alcohol into these glasses. And
it was so sugary. It was
I didn't think it was too sugary. I thought it was too boozy.
It was too sweet for me.
Oh.
But
it might be because you had just had a Scotch-and-Splenda.
What was the one that had? It was with the beet salad that had the.
Oh yeah, that one was really good. It was
It had like a pear foam on top, and it was like a beet.
That was delicious.
Yeah, it was super good. But then they have the whole performance that goes on alongside it. They act out the skits. So they did the pot pie bit. They did parkour around the restaurant.
Yes, the parkour, that was funny, but the craziest thing was when they started the 5K.
Well, yeah, it was the bartender when we were up before it all started. He was kind of talking to us about it, and you could tell he was doing the thing like when you're talking about a show that somebody hasn't seen, and so you're trying to not give it away, but you still want to explain your point, which was, I can't believe some of the things we're doing, was his kind of point. So we were like, wait, food, performance, like what are they going to try to do? And we were trying to solve that. And I kind of forgot about it as it started. So I was just enjoying it. But yeah, so it was the Michael Scott Fun Run.
Michael Scott's Thunder Mifflin Scranton Meredith Palmer Memorial Celebrity Rabies Awareness Fun Run Race for the Cure. This is Pam. Pro-Am race for the... They hung up.
Right, which was paired with obviously a take on Alfredo.
Yes, which Alfredo also was amazing. Mm-hmm. They were stuffed noodles with like an Alfredo sauce inside with like a Parmesan crisp on top. Oh man, that was wildly good. The pasta was like perfectly cooked. Anyways. And then they kind of let you roll through the food, and then there's always kind of like in between the courses is when they're doing a sketch.
Yeah. So he started the fun run.
Yeah.
And you run right, like the bar like bumps up to stairs.
Yeah.
Like when people are walking down the stairs, you can see them through the bar.
Yeah.
Like it's right there. And so he just like started and like motioning like, come on, let's go.
Right.
And this older gentleman.
Yeah.
I don't know. 65 maybe?
Yeah, probably.
He got up so fast. Like, I swear, The guy hadn't even finished saying, like, come on. And that man was already up and running. You were right behind him as like person number 2. And you were like, yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Well, but it took me a minute. And you had thought like immediately that he had gotten just kind of a nudge because he was sitting at the end of a long table right next to the desk.
I thought that, to make sure other people did it, they like tapped him on the shoulder and were like, hey, we're going to do this thing. Can you participate? Yeah. I thought that the entire night because I was like, there's no way that guy got up that fast and started running around the restaurant. And then at the end of the night, we stopped and talked to him. And I said that to him. Yeah. I was like, you got a heads up, right? And he was just like, no. I just went for it.
And he was so excited to be talking to us that for a second, I think he thought, like, he forgot he wasn't going to go home with us. He was just like, yeah, it was the best, wasn't it? He was so happy.
He was so happy. Well, it could have been the 5 stiff cocktails.
Yeah, that's true.
But you got to run all the way through the bar. The upstairs.
Yeah. Well, he went, and then there was a lull. And everybody was like, wait a minute, because like you said, it happened so fast that it seemed like he was in on it. So it wasn't clear that he wasn't part of the restaurant or part of the show.
Yeah.
And then the guy kind of made eye contact with me when he said, like, come on, let's go. And then I just ran. And I had no idea where I was going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know that it went up through. I don't know where I thought it went.
Yeah. I don't think were you really thinking, where am I going? Were you thinking that? I wasn't.
What were you thinking?
I was just thinking, it was mostly just like, whee!
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there was nobody, because the guy had been so far ahead that there's nobody in front of me. And there was nobody on the stairs to tell me where to go. So I just kept running, not knowing what was coming up. And then when I started coming up the stairs, I could see there was like a table straight ahead. And I could see people like looking. And I was like, where am I going? And then they started clapping and cheering. And I was like, what is happening right now?
Hey!
It was so fun. And and then so you ran through, I don't know, what was it, probably like 200 feet of restaurant?
I don't know.
And people were clapping, and it was just kind of like a parade out of nowhere.
I was very happy.
And they had a water break station right before the stairs with a shot because we definitely needed more alcohol.
What was that?
I don't know.
It wasn't boozy.
No, not at all.
It was something really light. It was delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, so we sat down, and then at the end we did some trivia. And
yeah, you know what I was thinking, or I was talking to somebody about at the Friends one, it was like legit trivia. Like you had like a card and you had to like write down your answer.
Yeah.
Remember? This was very ad hoc.
Yeah.
It was just more like killing time with everyone, it felt like, after dinner. It wasn't like a formal thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that was also kind of a nod to the show too. Like I felt like that was a very Michael Scott situation. Like,
oh,
you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, oh, now I'm part of the crew kind of situation. That's how I took it. Yeah. Yeah. Like he was like, part of but yeah, he did a great job. Everybody did a really good job. It was super fun. And they're so, what makes it so good isn't the production of it all. Not that they do a bad job, but it's not overdone. There's nothing impressive about it. It's YouTube videos and thrift shopped, probably costumes but what makes it good is that they're all really into it and on board.
They love it.
And that's things like that. That's essential. And the guy who hosted the whole thing was just amazing and so genuine at the end. He was telling us how happy he was to see everybody happy. And, but it was bizarre when we were doing trivia. I was like, man, we're just doing a raise your hand style trivia, with a bunch of Office fans, but it turned out there was only like 6 Office fans in the room.
Yeah. I think you're right about how they advertised it because it doesn't say The Office anywhere. It says the dinner party,
I wonder if
basement bar, and then it says like in the copy, it says like, but they could for Friends. Well, I suppose Friends isn't. Office is a normal word. Like Friends, they're both just normal words. It's not like, you know, I don't know what's an example. Grey's Anatomy. It's like,
I don't know. There might be some copyright rules that they're just trying to dodge around.
Oh, well, then it says underneath of it, it says like, join us in Scranton.
Yeah.
Like it tells you what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when I just found out that Friends and Office are normal words? I was just like, those are just normal words. Not like a proper noun such as Grey's.
Yes, right. Yes. That's quite the observation.
I don't know what that was. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, it was a very, very fun night. Like I said, I very much would recommend. We had an interesting thing happen too, talking about how people weren't Office fans. There were a pair of women sitting next to you who were not even supposed to be there at all.
Yeah, they came on the wrong night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They messed up their nights, but also the sign of a cool place that they figured out a way to get them in.
Yeah.
Is great.
They definitely didn't know The Office though. Like I think I don't know. I assume they were supposed to be upstairs and then they couldn't fit them up there, so they offered them the basement. I don't know. It didn't seem like she had intentionally.
No, I'm pretty sure that they both said directly that they didn't watch the show.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was like, I can't imagine. And then it turned out one of them was from our hometown.
Yeah, that was cool.
So that was a small world. That hasn't happened in a while. There used to be a period of time, especially like in college, I feel like I would run into people from Brainerd all over Minneapolis, like all the time. And like, not people solely my age, right? Not just because I was in college and everybody was like around, but I feel like I'd go to the Mall of America and run in.
You would not go to the Mall of America when you were college aged.
I went to the Mall of America when I was college age.
Once?
Yes. Maybe more than once. No, more than once. More than once. More than once, I think. Fair point. But I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like we used to State Fair. We used to we just see people from Brainerd that we wouldn't normally see.
Yeah.
Is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Small world. I feel like Brainerd, small world. There was a period of time where I'm like, it's really crazy how often I see people from Brainerd. Yeah. It's not that big of a city.
Yeah.
Relative, you know. You go to the State Fair, and on any given day, the population of Brainerd is a third of the size of the number of people there.
That was a lot of math. What? Population Brainerd in the State Fair, a third of the size. That was too much.
Got it. Brainerd's like 25,000, right?
Oh.
What's an average day of the State Fair? 80,000 people?
Depends on the day of the week.
That's true.
Records are over 100 for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Understood.
Yeah, it was super fun. Thank you. And not to mention, my t-shirt was also part of this was all a Christmas gift. I don't even think we said that.
Oh.
But my t-shirt was part of the Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a plain t-shirt that it just says Dunder Mifflin. And I bought it at Target originally, like in the graphic tee section. And I love it because it's very comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Very soft.
It's always fit me well. Even through like weight loss, it fit me in a way where I was like, oh, good, I can wear that shirt. And it like bridged the gap. But then somehow cooking, I stained it with something.
Grease, I think.
And
very disappointing. It was a rough day.
It was because it is my travel shirt. It is the shirt I wear intentionally.
People always stop you in the airport when you wear that.
Wherever I wear it, I get it's the only shirt I've ever had. It's the only shirt I think I will ever have that I got consistent, just like stop me and say, "Hey, nice shirt." Never happens.
So strange.
Right. And
very peculiar.
Yeah. And so when I put on that shirt, I was like, it's great. I'm like, but I wonder if it has the magic. And when we were walking down to the basement bar, a guy stopped me and goes, "Nice shirt." And I'm just like, I still got it, baby. Yeah. Like,
so exciting.
I love that shirt. I love it solely for that reason, because I just wait for it, and it
so
happens.
Strange. Why does it happen?
Time.
Why do people do it?
I don't know. It must be something with the color. It's like the blue must be like very inviting.
Oh. Whoa. Okay. I was not expecting you to go there.
Oh.
The color is inviting. Wow. I definitely thought it had more to do with, like, the TV show.
You think just the fact that this is Dunder Mifflin? Like, I don't know. It feels like it's so plain to me. And there's so many other, like, there's
probably why people like it.
There's
but like people in Denver don't stop you and they're like, oh.
Oh, is that where you got me this?
Oh my God. I actually fell for that for a second. I was like, oh, did he not realize I got it when I was there? Did he think I just like Amazoned it? No, I really got that when I was there. I really did get confused.
I ordered it from Denver. I didn't get it when I was there. I ordered it from Denver.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I went on that trip to Denver with a backpack.
Yeah.
One backpack. I was so proud of myself that I fit a sweatshirt as a gift inside of my backpack. That thing was jam-packed.
Yeah.
It was a pretty impressive pack job.
It's good. It's a good sweatshirt. It's very comfortable. No hood sweatshirts are in for me this year.
It's a very good look.
Yeah, very 40. I feel very 40 when I wear it.
You are 40.
I feel like I should be checking the mail all the time in it. Like,
you do check the mail all the time.
I do check
Turns
the mail
out.
Keep an eye on things.
Appreciate you.
Make sure they're staying on schedule. You know? Gotta have my mail.
Yeah. Important stuff in there.
Rarely. Just another Hello Fresh.
Stop trying to give me free meals.
Oh my God.
So many free meals, unredeemed.
Yeah, I know. They just keep sending us all the money. And it's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. We still have unopened spices from those boxes.
We should throw those away.
Yes, we should.
Whoa,
go ahead.
I thought for some reason that I would use them. I'm like, well, these are fine.
The hard part about them is that they're only labeled with like a tiny stamp of what they are. And so the odds of fine. I almost threw them all away. I probably should have when I did the reorganization.
You should. Oh, well. HelloFresh was so much work for me. Like, the preparation was not simple. I feel like there was a lot of work.
Yeah, it all it really saves you from is shopping.
Yeah, but I spent more time chopping.
That's what
than I ever would shopping. No good. Sorry. Sorry.
But we did have that great beef bulgogi that we never would have had.
That's true.
But that was back. That was back when those things were coming for straight free.
Yeah. Okay, so the people that lived in our house before us had HelloFresh, and then we moved in, and the HelloFresh just kept coming.
The first time it came, it was like we opened the box, and you and I just stood over it and stared at it for like an hour. And like, well, what do we do with it? It took and then we
put it in the freezer.
And
then I texted her.
Oh yeah.
And I told her that I texted her and told her that her HelloFresh was here.
Yes.
And then she could come pick it up. for something like that.
And she did the first time. She did the first time.
She asked me like to leave it on the front door.
Oh
yeah. And I was like all worried, like, is it going to be fine? But then I was like, that's their delivery method.
No, it wasn't that. She came for something else. She got like vases delivered. She had like glass vases that she came and picked up. She never came for the HelloFresh.
Oh, yeah.
Because she had already come for the vases. So that's why you had her information. You texted her about the HelloFresh and she just straight up ghosted. And it got to the point where it's like, it's irresponsible if we don't eat it because it's food waste.
Yeah, it is food waste.
So then we ate it.
No, I texted her at least twice.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 3 times. It's like, your HelloFresh is still coming here.
I think we went 2 strikes and it's like, I don't know, change your address, but 3 times a fool. And now we're getting HelloFresh. We got it like, how many did we get?
I don't know. It was
like 6
weeks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like 6 weeks and it was like 4 meals per, or like 3 meals per.
Like 3 or 4 meals a week. Yeah. For like 6 weeks, I think. Yeah.
And they wouldn't stop. They wouldn't change their address. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That
I forgot about
amazing. Yeah, we still get their mail sometimes. Which just I wonder if our mail still goes to Maple Grove.
5 years ago. That's a long time to go without your mail. I don't think we get much of their mail. Do we?
Got some today.
For what? Don't say HelloFresh.
No, it wasn't HelloFresh. No, it wasn't. It was from a bank.
Oh.
And we still use their welcome mat in our garage.
Oh, yeah.
It had their name on it, but now it's so worn off that you can't tell. But they left their welcome mat with their name on it. And we were like, oh, it's ours now. Just kept it in the garage.
You know, you need rugs in the garage.
Yeah. It's a big, thick one, too.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good one. It's going to last forever. It's going to be in there until the day they drag our bodies out of here. Next week.
What?
What?
Why would you say that?
Say what?
Next week.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
Oh.
Like that. Not in the sense that you thought how I meant it.
Okay.
Okay.
So The Office is funny.
The Office is funny. The dinner was fun.
Yeah.
Super good time.
Thanks for going with me.
Thanks for bringing me.
I had a lot of fun with you.
It was a very, very, very fun night. Should we go check on the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
See you next week, everybody.